So for 2 weeks in February, I found myself living in a small town in the south of Spain. I thought this would be a chance for a very energetic vlog, running around, discovering new things in the area, visiting all these places. But turns out that the universe had some other ideas for me. Hi, I'm Sam, and this is what turned into slow living in Spain. So I was invited to join a household of people who also haven't been to Montecorto before. We were all there to live and work and get to enjoy such a small town in Spain. It was nice to wander around together to find the grocery stores, find when things are actually open, and of course get a little help navigating the Spanish language. It was such a charming little town to wander through with the white buildings, and it just felt very quaint. So this area was actually a very, very early settlement because of the water. And you'll actually see a lot of water features throughout the whole town, on fountains, and there's water just flowing along canals on the street. I could see how in summer having these little canals will just make you feel a lot cooler when it's really, really hot out. It was kind of fun just finding these various water paths along the streets. The ironic part is that there was a few days where we had disruptance of water, so we needed the pipe work to get repaired. So we had to be actually really mindful of when we used water and how we got water. And so for those few days, you were really reminded how important some basic things are. For washing up, for doing dishes, or cleaning. It was something that just reminded me to kind of be really mindful and take things a bit slow again. Sometimes it's just using water for a simple remedy when you're not feeling well. Which gets me also to a point of why I had to slow a little extra down. So I got a little bit sick during my stay there. So I basically had to sleep a whole weekend away. The week following, I also had to really take it easy and not put too much strain on myself. I still wanted to get outside and do things, so I found little ways to kind of catch up on maybe some missed hikes and missed exploring that I had planned. This was also probably one of the few times I did so much hiking or just walking around on my own. So right from Montecorto is quite a good amount of hiking trails. I even got a little ambitious on some of them and went up pretty high and saw that the paths could even keep going. I don't really get the chance to do that so much, especially with so much nature around. Usually if I'm doing that, I'm kind of just going outside of a city or from a big park or something. It's just not quite the same. So this was actually a really interesting experience, and taking things at my own pace and also figuring out the trails at my own pace and making sure I don't get lost. But it was a very nice few-hour hike. And you can't argue with a good sunset on a balcony. If you only have one way of slowing down, that's a pretty good one.
Yo, what? Wow.
Wait! One thing I did not expect to learn about while in Spain was wild asparagus. But asparagus are very prickly of plants, actually, so you have to be really careful if you want to pick them yourselves. And we saw people on the hillsides quite often as we were hiking, collecting lots and lots of asparagus. They had even a whole festival for the asparagus. There's lots of food, and it was awesome. Also, the almond trees were blooming, and I don't know if I've ever seen an almond tree in bloom. But it was only February, so it felt so early for me to be experiencing something like springtime already. Very dramatic. Baby!
This is salmorejo.
Ever since I started doing some more sketching outdoors or urban sketching, it's just been such a nice way to kind of connect with one place that you're visiting, and you really get like such a different impression of the viewpoint or just the area in general. I absolutely love my fountain pen with sketching ink inside, so it's waterproof, and my highlighters. I absolutely love these highlighters. I carry at least 3 colors with me whenever I go somewhere. So morning pages is something I've been doing for quite a while. It comes from the Artist Way book, and it's basically using a little time in the morning to just freely write any of your thoughts that you have. And now for me, it's kind of turned into a way of getting organized for my day. So making a small to-do list that just freely forms, or for any projects that I might have kind of lingering around in my mind. And I think it's been such a nice way of starting my morning, especially if I'm uncertain exactly of what I want to do for the day. Or for taking a bit slower instead of jumping straight into work. I also wanted to treat this trip as a mini artist residency for myself. So artist residencies have been something I've been very interested in and have been actively applying to for the last year, I would say. And I really want to use the experience of being somewhere new to influence sketches and paintings and whatever art I feel like making, and I'm really interested in that. I probably packed more art supplies than I did even clothing. My suitcase was absolutely full with notebooks and different papers and all my pens, colored pencils, paint supplies of gouache, acrylics. So I originally had thought that I would make a bunch of paintings, like big paintings. Turns out that with still balancing work while I'm there and also getting sick, it didn't really turn out to be so possible. So in the last days that I was there, I decided to at least go out and still paint something a bit smaller. So I planned to take a little hike around the area and just paint 4 tiny viewpoints along the way. in about 3 hours or so, I got these 4 little paintings done, and they might not be the prettiest of things in general, but I'm quite happy that I mixed all of these paintings just from blue, magenta, and yellow, and got it to be quite colorful and fun impressions of the landscapes around. And then it kind of felt like it was already time to leave. So the rest of the group I was with was staying for 2 more weeks to finish out the month, but I had to head back to Vienna. And it felt so short and long at the same time, of having to take things a lot slower than usual and getting used to a new surrounding. But it was such an interesting experience with such lovely people I was with. So it was suggested that I do a little mini exhibit of the sketches and paintings that I was able to make. It wasn't that many, but it was kind of fun as a way of concluding the little trip. So no, it didn't end up being a very energetic vlog, but hopefully it was a really relaxing one for you to watch and enjoy. And I still did all the things that I had wanted to, just at a different pace. I still met great people, saw new things, got out into nature, and ate new things as well. Maybe it's about going with the flow a little bit and enjoying what you can when you can. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Bye!